Number 5.
The Olympia Tools suite of bench vise tools offers powerful performance with features capable of handling jobs tough enough for the trade, but accessible enough to use at home. The Bench Vise series is cast with a professional-grade powder-coated rust-resistant finish for added durability and strength. The vices feature replaceable jaw faces, permanent pipe jaws with a heavily reinforced swivel and lug base. Comes with a chrome-plated spindle and handle, 4-inch lug base, polished anvil and anvil horn. It features a spindle guard to help protect against dirt and chipping, and can be easily cleaned with a rag after use.
Number 4. Number 2.
If you love turning but hate the tedious and time-consuming sharpening that goes with it, you need to take a look at Woodpecker's new Ultra Shear turning tools. These revolutionary new turning tools feature razor-sharp replaceable carbide inserts that have been carefully engineered to cut cleaner and last longer than any other carbide insert on the market. Shaping your project with Ultra Shear tools couldn't be simpler. First, adjust your tool rest so the cutting edge is on the center line of your lathe. Keep your tool level with the floor and press into the stock, moving side to side, creating the profile you want. Use the square insert tool for initial roughing and for outside curves or beads. Use the round insert tool for inside curves or coves. The round insert also works great for hollowing bowls. The sharp detail tool inscribes precise lines to accent your work. There's also an optional radius detail tool for fine beads and coves. Now, here's the feature that separates Ultra Shear from all the others. When your project is nearly complete, roll the tool right or left on your tool rest until it's sitting flat on one of the alternate bearing surfaces. Now the cutting insert is on a 45-degree angle to the stock. Make another, lighter cut, still keeping the tool level with the floor. You'll notice the cut is much cleaner, needing little or no sanding. Let's take a closer look at how each component of the Ultra Shear tool comes together to make the best carbide insert turning tool on the market. The tool shank is milled from a special chromoly steel, tough enough to be used for NASCAR roll cages. After machining, the shanks go through a 2-stage heat treating process that makes the shaft rigid and smooth, minimizing vibration and making the tool glide easily across your tool rest. And the sides are tapered to prevent interference in your tightest cuts. The seats for each insert are carefully designed to provide full support, bracing the insert with at least 3 points of contact. The tool handles are turned from rock maple with a hand-rubbed oil finish. Aircraft-grade aluminum ferrules support the handle where the tool shank is pressed in, and the end cap protects the handle from splitting and indicates the tool's shape and size. You'll never pull the wrong tool out of the rack. The cutting inserts are formed from a nano-grain carbide And the materials in the carbide matrix have been carefully blended to make sure the inserts are tough as well as fine-grained. When an edge finally dulls, just loosen the screw and rotate the cutter to a fresh edge. When all edges have been worn, simply replace the insert with a new one. Available everywhere Ultra Shear tools are sold. Plus, each tip is laser engraved with its replacement part number. No need to try and hunt up an old package when it's time for a replacement. Put it all together and you get super clean cuts, straight off the tool that need minimal sanding. Spend more time turning and no time sharpening. And like all woodpeckers' tools, Ultra Shear wood turning tools are precision made in the USA.
Number 1.
With the Toolmech jig for gouges SVD 185, you can sharpen fingernail-shaped turning gouges, different types of round and spoon-shaped carving gouges, straight or curved V-tools, and also changeable turning cutters. You can set the jig to get the shape you want. At 0, you grind an almost straight across profile. At 2, you get this shape. And at 6, you get even longer side edges. By using the same setting and by mounting the tool with the same protrusion, you can exactly replicate the shape of the tool. With the Toolmech Turning Tool Setter TTS 100, you will have full control over the 3 factors that determine the shape. Number 1, the jig setting. Number 2, the protrusion. And number 3, the distance to the stone. When you control these 3 settings, you can easily sharpen your tools with precision over and over again. With the right settings, only 1/1000th of a millimeter of the steel is removed, and the sharpening is fast. A few strokes is enough. Then hone away the burr and polish the bevel with the tool still mounted in the jig, and you will not risk rounding off the edge. You hone the inside on the profiled leather honing wheel. You get a very fine edge and minimal wear on your tools. If you want a rounded back, you can easily grind off the heel of the bevel. Just unscrew the back knob and allow the tool holder to move forwards. You can also sharpen changeable cutting heads, loosen the sleeve and mount the shaft that comes with the jig. Then fit the cutter, adjust to the edge angle and sharpen. If you need to remove a lot of steel, use the coarse side of the stone grader to make sure that you have a fresh cutting stone. Press harder against the stone and grind one wing at a time. Remember, this is a once-only job. Once you have the desired shape, the sharpening is very fast. With SVD 185, you can also sharpen wood carving tools, like this carving gouge. Color the bevel with a marker and you can see that the angle is right. Now you can sharpen to exactly the same shape as before, and you remove only a fraction of the steel. In the same way, you can sharpen spoon-shaped gouges. and even back-bent shapes. For fine, thin edges, adjust the stone with the fine side of the stone grader and it will work like a 1000 grit stone. In this way, you will not remove too much steel. When grinding V-tools, set the jig so that the edge is straight across the stone. The angled profile on the leather honing wheel is made for V-tools. Now you have exactly the shape you need and a perfect sharpness.